Hey, Mark here with Southern Steel. Today we're doing a shortening conversion for a fuel tank to make room for a transfer case and all those types of goodies. So I thought we'd just go over just some of the basic steps of shortening this fuel tank. Obviously the tank's been drained and it doesn't have any accumulations of fuel in it, but you want to try to wash it out. This one has a hole in it where it's been washed out and drained as best as possible, but still you want to take precautions for fire safety. Got the fire extinguisher there should we need it, but basically you take your template and you slide it over the tank and it'll kind of bottom out at the ideal width for the inside template. And then you take your square and just make sure you got the template square. That looks pretty good. And then take a scribe or a Sharpie and proceed to mark the template. Alright, so once you get it marked, pop your template off. And then there's a couple different methods you could use to cut this off. I wouldn't advocate a plasma torch just because that poses a bigger risk for starting a fire. Typically I'll take an angle grinder with a slitting wheel and cut the flanges on the tank first, and then I'll come back with a reciprocating saw and just trim it down. Once I get the end cut off, then I can do a more thorough job of washing the tank out. So we'll get the cut. Okay, so we got everything cleaned up here. One thing I wanted to point out, though, that sometimes can be an overlooked step and can cause you a lot of complications. In these seams here where these have been stirred welded together, you want to make sure you get that clean on the inside as well as the outside in those corners, because that material that they put on there is almost impossible to weld over top in my experience. So get that good and clean, and then what I do before we'll get the cap fit here in just a second, but what I do is go ahead and put a 3/4, 1 inch long weld on the inside of that, and that really helps get this seam, because these are two problem areas when you're doing a tank chop like this one that you'll run into. So make sure that's good and clean, both outside and inside. Take it down to base metal and it'll help your results. So when you get your cap, it's going to look like this or thereabouts. So don't be alarmed if it doesn't exactly fit. These are made a little oversized because of variations in the tank. So what you do is you hold it up there and get it. I usually get this corner and this side and the bottom straight, and then you simply take your scribe and mark any area that you need to trim. Alright, so we got it marked. we'll get that trimmed down, and then we're ready to tack it on. Okay, so we got the caps all welded up. So now we're going to just visually inspect the weld, make sure everything looks sound, and then we'll set it up for a static water test. And if we pass water tests, we're good to go. As always, thanks for watching. Appreciate your comments, and until next time, we'll see you then.